The following program has been brought to you by the International Moshiach Campaign, project of the Kinnis HaShluchim at the Shluchim office. Equal opportunity lender, zero APR financing available. Okay, we're going to be quickly going through some of the things you need to do in order to successfully download and play the game. It's rather simple, so we'll do it quickly. In the email, on the bottom, you'll receive a link. You click on the link, which will bring up another window. You want to click save. It's going to be a zip file, which means that after you've downloaded the complete file, you are going to need to extract all the files. Save it to wherever you'd like on your desktop. Okay, now, once your files have been downloaded onto your computer, you'll open it up, and over here you'll extract all your files into another folder, so that way the PowerPoint will be able to work properly. So here we have all our files. There's a file in here which is called Hang Haman Live. That's the main file. So double click in there. Open it up. It'll say that it's a locked PowerPoint, which means you can't change anything. The reason is very simple. There are a lot of effects and timings, and if something gets moved around, it'll mess it up. So I just locked it to leave it as is. So everything will work fine. Instead of clicking OK or cancel, click read only, which will allow you to do everything you could do in a regular PowerPoint, as in to make a presentation. You just won't be able to change any of the effects. I'm going to do a demo. I'm going to quickly run through the way the game is played. You can play the game any way you'd like. In the middle of the meal, you can take a microphone and walk around to the different people in the crowd sitting at the table, which means that everybody can get a chance to guess a letter and try to guess the sentence. Or you could turn it into a game, making competing teams with either adults or with kids. Again, they could sit down. You could do it from where they're sitting, or you can call them up and actually make different teams. Usually the way Hangman is played is you guess a letter, and if you get it wrong, you add a part onto the gallows. You could either do that, or you can try doing it the other way, although it doesn't exactly match, where if they get it right, Haman gets hung. We're now going to quickly go through the PowerPoint. The first thing you would do is just leave it open at this screen, and then as soon as you're ready, you'll press the start button. Again, if you do use teams, you could ask the kids or the adults to introduce themselves, make a couple of jokes, keep it interesting. The whole game should take about 5-6 minutes per slide or game. There's 3 games or 3 different phrases. You could waste time in between if you want it to go longer, or you could just go through it quickly in order to keep it shorter. Now, each one of Haman's body parts move from the top to the bottom by simply clicking on them, as well as the letters on the bottom. So you'll go around and you'll ask each kid or contestant or team, whichever one, to pick a letter. If they would pick A, you would click A. If it's wrong, it'll just disappear. If they do get it correctly, it'll go up on the top. One thing you have to really make sure to be careful is that you click it only when there is a hand, which means when you see a hand, then you click it. If you see just an arrow, be careful because it'll send you to the next slide. If that does happen, then just click this button on the bottom, which will send you. You have to click it twice, and it'll just take you right back to where you left off. So again, make sure it's on the hand, and going back and forth between letters. If a kid however you decide to play, if they get it right or they get it wrong, usually the way Hangman is regularly played is if they get it wrong, then one of the pieces go up on top. Usually start with the smaller pieces, and then advancing to the bigger ones, and then eventually the last piece. The last piece would be Haman's head. The game is going slow, or even if it's not going slow, halfway through, you should probably click hint, just to give them the message and teach them. The more you, it's just a tool or a way of teaching more about Purim as opposed to just reading a sentence. So at his party, King Ahasuerus used the vessels from. If they're halfway through or if they're having difficulties, they'll be able to guess the Holy Temple. Once all the correct phrase is up on the board, click next, and you do the exact same thing. There's 3 rounds, and again, the hint is usually either halfway through, or if you're struggling to bring up a message that you want to convey, or use this as an opportunity to talk about Purim. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, or you can email me at shluchim.org, at imc@shluchim.org. Have a good time, and Freilichem Purim.